now it's your turn to ask a question or two. So I'll let you right here in the front row. Yes, sir.
Spoken about clean coal technologies.
Yeah.
What clean coal technologies do you support, and what role should government play in their development?
I believe that with regards to becoming energy independent, we can't just let this entirely sit and wait. It's such a high priority for our national security and for our overall economy that we're going to have to be an active participant in helping move the path towards energy independence. How do you do that? One is to invest in technology. And there are a wide range of technologies, and I would let the scientists and the various private enterprises look at each of the technologies, and we'll support those that we think have the greatest promise. Certainly ethanol and cellulosic ethanol have promise. Blue-green algae to make biodiesel has promise. Liquefied coal may well be a great source of energy for us, a liquid energy for us. That sounds a little strange. When I first heard liquefied coal, I said, you gotta be kidding, that's gotta be an unusual thing. Actually, it's not that hard. They grind it up and they atomize it, and they turn it into various streams of chemicals. They can take the CO2 out, and they send the CO2 right now. We've got a plant in North Dakota that does this. They send the CO2 up to Saskatchewan, a pipeline. They pump it into the ground. They use it to get the oil to come out of the ground, enhanced oil recovery. And then the liquefied coal is a fuel just like diesel or gasoline. That may have great promise for us. And so I'd invest in that technology. Clean burning coal. Let's invest in various ways of taking pollutants and CO2 out of coal. I was with a company not terribly long ago that has an algae-related, a bacteria-related process for getting pollutants out of coal residue. So there are a number of technologies, and the private market plus incentive investments by government will help develop some of those. I also believe that nuclear power is one we're going to have to pursue. And for me, that means not just building more plants and streamlining the process for getting approvals and making sure the plants are safe, but also developing technology to reprocess nuclear fuel. The French have been doing that for some time. They get about 80% of their power from nuclear power plants. That would be a lot cleaner and a lot less CO2 emitting than what we do in this country. So there are a wide range of options, and in my view, the government will be a participant in this effort, in the technology and the research to become energy secure and energy independent. We'll invest, we'll participate with public-private partnerships, just as we do now in the ethanol world. We subsidize ethanol in part because we want to stimulate and create an economy that includes ethanol. And that's the right way to go. And we'll see other technologies, wind, solar, and so forth, that have those prospects. Thank you. Yes, sir. I'm sorry. I'll come up to your colleague next door in just a second. Yeah.
I'm really concerned about the liberal agenda to weak national defense of the Democrats, especially Hillary Clinton. And I've been trying to get some college Republicans to put on a Halloween event to emphasize to voters all these problems with Hillary and Jane Fonda and Obama and Edwards, and also George McGovern, because most of these people were in the McGovern anti-war, anti-national defense presidential campaign. And so I wonder, what do you think about this Hollywood factor or Fonda factor in politics? What do you think about a Halloween event like this to educate voters about the liberal agenda, and would you be willing to promote such a Halloween event?
You know, that's a great idea. What do you think about Hillary's House of Horrors? and we'd have the raise your tax room, we'd have the weaker military room, we'd have the family values in shambles room. If we could think of each of the rooms that might be in that House of Horrors, and it would be a pretty frightful place. And frankly, what the Democrats are selling is really quite frightening these days as we approach Halloween. Maybe somebody could do a jib jab or something on the web showing the Democrats' House of Horrors. I listened to, this wasn't Hillary, but I listened to both John Edwards and Barack Obama, and they're critical of Hillary Clinton because she voted along with the rest of the Senate to sanction Iran with economic sanctions. Do the Democrats not understand that Iran becoming a nuclear nation, Iran, and Ahmadinejad, who call for the destruction of us and of Israel, who talk about genocide and are moving headlong to develop the technology to carry out genocide, that it's not appropriate to sanction these people? I find it extraordinary. And like you, I am I'm committed to making sure that we do not take a course which weakens our military, weakens our ability to protect ourselves and our friends around the world, weakens our economy by raising taxes, and weakens our families. And it is a house of horrors, and Halloween is probably a good time to popularize that reality. Great idea. We have to write that one down and give you a royalty on it. Yes, sir. I'll be right back.
President Romney.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I've worked upon you that for 8 years, and you've convinced me that you were the best candidate because of your stance on national security, the economy, healthcare, and most importantly to me, as a conservative evangelical Christian, your strong stance on the family. This is Ask Mitt Anything, so I'll just say, when I share with some of my evangelical Christian friends or family, just because somewhere they've heard the word Mormon, there's just a little bit of uncertainty. How have you responded to that? How can I best assure them that you are truly the most uniquely qualified candidate on my candidate?
Well, thank you. I'd take them through my private sector background, let people know what I've done in the real world and how I've been able to bring change to organizations I've worked with and how badly our nation needs change. If they're concerned about social issues, I'd tell them Mitt Romney is pro-life, and as governor, every action he took was to protect the sanctity of life. I'd also tell them that of the four leading in the national poll contenders, and in the Iowa poll, I think it's the four leading contenders nationally, of the four leading contenders, there's only one that's in favor of an amendment to protect marriage. There's only one that says gay marriage is unacceptable, and we're going to have a federal amendment to the Constitution defining marriage as a relationship between a man and a woman. And that one person is not Fred Thompson, it's not Rudy Giuliani, and it's not John McCain. It is me. I will protect marriage. I'll go to work to fight to protect marriage in Iowa, in Massachusetts, in the entire country. And I'm going to fight for this. When the decision came down from the Supreme Court in my state requiring same-sex marriage to be performed in our state, not only did I, that same day, get in front of the TV cameras and say, this is wrong, it's reversing thousands of years of human history, but I also went down to Washington and testified there in favor of the marriage amendment. And I wrote a letter to every Republican senator and said, vote for that marriage amendment. And even some Republicans didn't do that. This is a critical issue for our nation. So I am pro-life, I am pro-marriage, and those are two issues that I think your evangelical friends will find helpful. I am pro-family, which is a profoundly expansive set of policies. I laid out 12 things when I was in Washington at the Value Voters Summit earlier this week. 12 steps to strengthen America's families. And one more thing, and that is great evangelical Christian leaders look at me and say, well, gosh, your church and my church disagree on a number of issues. And we say, yeah, that's true. And someone like Bob Jones, and you've heard of Bob Jones University. Bob Jones has endorsed my candidacy. And he said, look, his religion is wrong, but he's right for the presidency. And so we can disagree on religious issues, but as a nation, we flow from the same Judeo-Christian values, which is we believe in a God, we believe he is the creator of all the human beings on the earth, we believe in the equality of individuals, we believe in liberty as a gift from God, I believe in the Bible as well, I believe that Jesus Christ is the Savior of the world, and so these principles are common, and that's why we fight together on issues like life, and on the protection of marriage, on the importance of raising kids in a home where there's a mom and a dad involved, if you can't be. And let me underscore something there, in case I don't want to be misconstrued here. I really respect single moms that are raising kids. They're some of the best heroes. My sister Jane raised 4 terrific kids, largely by herself after her husband left her. Single moms do a terrific job, and there are a lot of grandparents raising kids in America today, and uncles and aunts. But overall, we're better off if kids at least start off with a mom and dad in a home where they had married. And that's why I think it's so important to emphasize and protect the sanctity of marriage. Thank you very much.